plays.
I got a porn star tenacity. Fuck her like it's 10 of me. I been a nasty nigga. I got a dope boy tenacity. Cocky like I got 10 keys and they harassing me. Super freak in my passenger. She a superstar and got it bad for me. If I hang up, she call right back to me. You cut her legs off, she call right back to me. How about I dance and the pussy hit the running man? I come on her pussy fucking up her spray tan. I work and sweat the pussy out, need a headband. I'm going T-Raw, skinny nigga, big band. Happy birthday, bitch, I'm the cake man. Don't get a good pussy away to a waste man. Back that ass up, I got 10 bands. Oh, she fuck a boss, not a middleman. Need a 30-inch weave with the ass fat. Acrylic on the nails, keep the body intact. Light skin, but I fuck her when it's pitch black. She'll make a old nigga have a heart attack. I got a porn star tenacity. Fuck her like it's 10 of me. I been a nasty nigga. I got a dope boy tenacity. Cocky like I got 10 keys and they harassing me. Super freak in my passenger. She a superstar and got it bad for me. If I hang up, she call right back to me. You cut her legs off, she call right back to me.
All that ass like it's your birthday. Bad bitch, she fresh out of surgery. Breaking hand off her arm, she in first place. I'm proud of her, so I'm proud of her the first day. I ain't no trick, but I be tricking on her. She had nigga on the ground, but I ain't tripping on her. That pussy wet as fuck before I fuck, I'm shipping on her. If that pussy ran through and dried up, I'm dipping on her. Yeah, straight like that. Fucking on my best friend, cause we straight like that. I spit in the mouth while hitting it from the back. I'm pulling out lace from Sprody Tugs and
I got a porn star tenacity. Fuck her like it's 10 of me. I been a nasty nigga. I got a dope boy tenacity. Cocky like I got 10 keys and they harassing me. Super freak in my passenger. She a superstar and got it bad for me. If I hang up, she call right back to me. You cut her legs off, she call right back to me.
Whatever, Jim Lily like a stopwatch. 20,000, send that bitch right to the cha-cha. New ass, new titties on that ta-ta. Spending mommy in that pussy doing the cha-cha. Oh, you poppin' with your friends. Fuck me good, send me good, get a Benz. Said she on a period, I'm like damn. She gon' set me on the jet until I land. Ooh, I don't wanna be a savage, but I really got a habit. Tricking like a silly rabbit, shooting at him like a curry. And that shit be automatic. I was playing with that pussy, had it dripping on the paddock.
I got a porn star tenacity. Fuck her like it's 10 of me. I been a nasty nigga. I got a dope boy tenacity. Cocky like I got 10 keys and they harassing me. Super freak in my passenger. She a superstar and got it bad for me. If I hang up, she call right back to me. You cut her legs off, she call right back to me.
What's his name?
The rim at the beat, I'ma rock with it.
I put it up in the double, I ghost with no tin on the window. The bitch giving top, what you do? I look at my watch, I got rocks in it. Keep the thud around, yeah, that's that Glock business. Heat him up, put that boy in the pot with me. Cool him off with that boy with a hot glitch. I just went got my BM and roll, took 500K. Took that to the lot with me. From the AM to P on my stock bill. It's a house on my wrist, this a Richard Miller. I just took the top off of the Caterpillar.
Black at it again, you already know what time it is.
Riding, they laying with you. As soon as they slide, I'ma pay the tick. Somebody gon' die, and it ain't gon' be me. I got caught with my hoe, me and Bay on TV. Give a fuck about a rapper, won't play your CD. I heard Buddy got whacked, I was laid with a freak. This padded do magic, look like it's 3D.
Let's do this,
Eat
ladies
this
and
shit up,
gentlemen,
baby,
back
pull
at
up
it
a
again.
This bitch got a slurper before a CC. Pull up, back to back Lambo repeat. M on my neck, you gon' die yeah for these. That's on your chest, we put fire with these. Stop, drop and roll, I make them freeze. Alphabets on my neck, always rockin' VVs. Hey.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Mama, aka Hi Haters, aka All of the Lights, aka Keep Your Mouth Quiet. I said, aka Keep Your Mouth. Back at it again. You already know what time it is. The world's greatest goddamn streamer. It ain't even close. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another goddamn classic. Get your popcorn ready because you already know what time it is, how we bring it every goddamn stream. Let me tell y'all something right off the rip. It is going all the way down. If you guys have not heard the news or you guys been living under a rock, well, let me tell you something. This person named Rachel Reacts, which is a thorn in Amber Lynn's asshole for a long period of time. Now, let me tell you about these reaction channels, okay? These hate channels are just a little bit different than your average hate channels, okay? Now, these hate channels like to come off like they're therapist, right? They speak in a very calm, nice voice, nice, calm, soothing background, and they talk like this. Well, we are here today because we want to help. And she is going through a dramatic period of time. That right there puts people at ease. Well, the viewer at ease to thinking that they're not watching somebody that's hateful and a devilish person or evil person like the rest of the crazy maniac reaction channels like you watch with FFG and No Madness Life and the rest of them, right? Or the Geordie Lordies and stuff like that. So the calm collective reaction channel give you that soothingness, give you that, oh, this person is actually here to help. When in actuality, they're just as evil as the rest of them, okay? It's the same thing when it comes to milk tea, okay? Everybody gives this whole, like, oh my God, she's absolutely a great person, all right? No, okay? Let's just be real. But anyway, so Rachel Reacts decided that not only she wanted to get back to her glory days of touching the poo, but she decided she wanted to touch the poo, of course, and then she made a video about Tommy, aka Emily, Amber Lynn's ex-girlfriend, who is now no longer with Amber Lynn. And so she wanted to make a video with somebody having a private discussion with Tommy, and Tommy mentions that she was being hit or harmed, domestic violence in a text message, right? It was a private text message, and Rachel Reacts decided to leak it publicly. And Rachel got a lot of fucking heat in the comment section for it. Now, what it kind of reminds everybody of, remember the time when Just Saying and FFG thought that they had this exclusive with May, the May situation, and they were going to bring May up, and they got text message, all this stuff, and the video of May in the parking lot, all this. They thought that they were going to go viral and they were going to blow up, and it blew up in their faces. FFG threw Just Saying under the bus. Just Saying took all the heat for it. Right? And just Saying had to try to maneuver herself out of it and never really recovered after that. Well, this is kind of the same situation. All right. Rachel thought she was going to go viral again. She was going to have the biggest video. She got the exclusive. It was a private message between Tommy and some other person. And Tommy mentioned the fact that she was being abused by Amber Lynn, and Rachel was going to be the one to break it out, but it backfired on her. She caught a lot of heat for leaking private messages, and she deleted the video. Now, we got the video, of course. We got the video, and we'll be playing it here. But before we play it here, let's get to why she deleted the video. Here she is in her community post after she deleted the video. She says, "Hi everyone. I just privated my recent video." Uh-oh. Hey, chat. Hey. So, I just privated my recent video, of course. I realize this is very much too little too late. I got blinded by how badly I wanted everyone to know what Amber Lynn had allegedly done. Here we go. Here we go. I got blinded. Now, of course you got blinded, okay? You're a person who dedicated your channel to Amber Lynn all because you went viral with one video and you continuously do videos on Amber Lynn, and you got the bug, okay? It is the crack, okay? It is the hate reaction crack, all right? You get one viral video and you can't stop. It's the itch. It's just, I need more. I need more. And Amber Lynn is boring, right? She doesn't do too much in her vlogs. She's not giving you too much. And so you don't really have nothing to talk about. So you gotta kind of improvise, right? You gotta kind of add on. You gotta kind of touch the poo, right? To get what you want, right? So, you got the itch, So that's why you did all of this, but go ahead. And then, I wanted everyone to know what Amber Lynn had allegedly done, which was stupid and misguided. With hindsight, thanks everyone for your constructive comments. The toothpaste is out of the tube now, and hiding the video is not effective method of stopping the information getting shared. By you guys are right that I should never have posted, edited to add. For anyone who is worried about me profiting from this, I understand. I'll post receipts of me donating to the AdSense to a DV charity. Here we go with the money that I made off of that video, I'm going to donate it to a charity so I can get back to the love, so the zombies can love me again. That's what they always do. When they do some fuck shit, they turn around and then they go, I'm donating the money that I made from that video to charity. Now, she knew what she did in this video, okay? She not only did the video, edited the video, watched the video 4 times, and then loaded it up on YouTube. And then when she saw the backlash in the comments section, right? Because she left it up for like 7 hours. When the comments went crazy about her leaking private messages about a victim, that's when she privated the video. That's when she realized, wait a minute, this is some fuck shit. I fucked up, right? I fucked up. Let me take this down. And then when she took it down, she caught a lot more heat. So then she put this post up and said, the money that I make from this video, I will donate it. This is what happens when you get in this Amber Lynn shit, right? When you just become a total hate channel or a hate person for Amber Lynn Reed. This is what happens. This is what happens right here. Now, let's go over the video. Since we got the video, let's go ahead and play the video in question that she deleted. And let's see what she did that was fucked up. Roll it.
Had a DM from somebody, which, if it is to be believed, is kind of a big deal for the Amberverse, at least I think it is. This person shared with me DMs which were exchanged between Emily, who is Amber Lynn Reed's ex, and this person called A. In these DMs, Emily appears to insinuate that there was a level of physicality.
Uh-oh. Now, see, this is the thing, and everybody's reporting this, that Rachel Reacts was the one that was DMing Tommy. Now, Rachel, in this video, she hides the person that was communicating with Tommy for whatever reason. Nobody knows. Maybe it's because it was actual Rachel who was having a conversation back and forth with Tommy, so she wanted to hide herself. That's what's going around. But she hid the other person and only showed Tommy's messages, which is even crazy. It's wild. It's wild. Go ahead.
If you get what I'm saying, between the relationship of Amber and Emily. YouTube is very sensitive to what words I can and can't say, so leave it at that, but you will see the messages, so you'll get what I'm talking about. My goal in this video is to show you what I've been sent, with the huge caveat that although the DMs appear to be genuine, there is always a chance that this has been created. It could be a story made up to make Amber look bad. The DMs might be fake. This person could just be really good at Photoshop, or, you know, quite good at Photoshop. I don't know. In making this video, I am not personally accusing Amber of anything myself. I'm just sharing what I've been sent. So I was messaged by this person who I'm calling A. A was DMing Emily from February 2025 to March 2025. I can't tell you how I know that for certain, but I know it for certain. I've seen something which, if I tell you the details of that particular proof, people will find A extremely easily. So I can't tell you the proof that I've seen.
So let me get this straight. Crazy. So let me get this straight. You wanted to leak DMs of Tommy having a private conversation with this person that you don't want to show their, you could have just showed their comments. You didn't even have to show their name. You could have bleeped out whatever that would have led back to that person. You didn't even do that. You covered every comment that was said by A, but only left Tommy's comments, which kind of gives me an idea that it wasn't somebody that sent you something. I think it was you. I think it was you. And that's probably why you deleted the video, because you caught a lot of people like, wait a minute, why are you messaging Tommy? And why do you even know anybody that's messaging Tommy? Here we go again. Amber Lynn breaks up with somebody and boom, right off the rip, here you go. Trying to get in Tommy's DMs, trying to get the info, trying to get the 411. How was it dating Amber Lynn? Did Amber Lynn beat you up? Abuse? Did she sock you in the, like, what's wrong with these people? Go ahead.
But I know with 100% certainty, you're going to have to just take my word for it, that A and Emily were absolutely DMing at this time, and we know that for certain. That doesn't mean that the DMs haven't been fiddled with or changed in some way, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there.
Yeah.
But just to let you know, you can be 100% sure that they were messaging, but we don't know if what's being shown here is exactly what was said, obviously, but you'll get what I'm talking about as we go along. I also don't know A, I don't know their motivations, so that's another factor to wonder about. All of this is alleged. I'm going to share as much context and evidence as I can whilst keeping A anonymous. A also doesn't want loads of their messages to be read. They're cool with me showing parts which help the conversation to make sense, but just be aware that I am going to redact lots of it, so sorry if that's annoying. I'll also number the screenshots if that makes it any easier for reaction channels who may or may not watch this. I really don't know if anyone's going to care. I care. When I saw it, I was like, fuck. So here we go. On the morning of...
You didn't know that reaction channels is going to watch this? Ma'am. You had a video that has Amber Lynn abusing another person. You know, another person. And you thought that Snowflake and the rest of them morons was not going to pick on to this? They'll, if you make a video about Amber Lynn picking her nose, every reaction channel gonna bust the fuck. Oh my God, did you see that? Now imagine if you got evidence, Tommy privately having a conversation with somebody and then saying that Amber Lynn abused her. Bro, that's gonna break the fucking internet. You knew that. Why you acting brand new? You gonna sit here and act brand new in front of all of us and say, I don't know if anybody gonna care about this. What? You got messages of Tommy saying that she was abused by Amber Lynn? And you thought that wasn't gonna go. Go ahead, play us for stupid.
May 25th, 2025, I received this DM. Hello there, I have some tea for you. I typed out this entire message, then thought you wouldn't care, then I think maybe she will, so I'm just going to tell you, and if you want to participate, that's fine. If not, that's okay too. Redacted section, which has very personal details inside it. Anyway, I wanted to get her, Emily, to open up and spill the dirt, so I didn't want to share because I felt no reason to, but if she went back to ALR, then this info should be out there. That's the motivation and reasoning that A gave me. So of course I was interested. I asked A to send me whatever they have. I thought to myself, this is probably fake, but I'll have a good look through and see if there's...
See, this is why you should stop reacting to Amber Lynn. This is why you got knee deep in this shit, and you should just stop right now. Stop right now. Just stop. Somebody, you were so desperate for any type of content that you was willing to take some random person sending you a message, sending you a message saying, I got some tea. I don't know if you want to participate in this shit or not. It's a private conversation between me and her ex. And there's some details in it that's very disturbing, but if you want to, you should have stopped yourself right there and said, you know what? I'm not that type of reaction channel. I'm not that type of dirtbag. Go hit up Jordy Lordy or one of them other people that go around with Amber Lynn's mother's police history and reads it on they stream publicly. Go to one of them people. Don't come to me. I'm an honest reaction. I'm an honest person. I give off this whole persona that I sit here like a therapist, talking to this, look into this camera with this soothing voice and this, oh yes, I'm a really caring person. I love everybody and I love rainbows. That's what you should have did, but you didn't do that because you was looking for content because your shit is drying up, right? You ain't got too much to talk about. Amber Lynn ain't doing too much. You need something, right? You need something to get them numbers back up, you know? Like the one that you made about Amber Lynn and Tommy, the feeder one that had like 600,000 views, your highest viewed video. You need to go viral again. So what you do, you got involved in this bullshit and you had to touch the poo. And that's why a lot of people in your comment section was like so disappointed in you. Right. They was like, oh, you the only person that we thought that would honestly not touch the poo. And then here you are, you didn't even just touch the poo, you dove in that motherfucker. And I'm surprised that people are shocked. I'm surprised that people are shocked that you jumped headfirst into the poo. Do you not understand that these people are here for money? They not here because they care about anything. I don't understand why people think, oh, I actually watch you because I thought you was different. None of these people are different. They might sound different. They might have a different background. They might mannerisms, but they all the fucking same, bro. They all the same, and it's obvious, right? That's why they don't react to no other person on the fucking internet. That's why they only dedicated to Amberlynn. Do you not understand that? Do you not see that? Do you not get that? You don't understand that? Do you not know why? You know why, right? The reason why is because there's a lot of problematic people on the internet that they could talk about. But the reason why they go after Amberlynn is because of her size, bro. I know her. She's 500 pounds, right? She's 500 pounds. She was a weight loss channel that actually turned into somebody that gained weight, right? Now, as much as now there's a lot of problematic people on the internet, TikTok and everywhere else, and on YouTube that they could react to. But the difference is, it's about the way they look when they come on camera. Because just imagine if there's another problematic YouTuber, right? They eat, they do all the weird shit, crazy stuff, do all the shit that they do. There's a lot of them. And then this person came on the internet and reacted to that person. Right? Did one reaction to them. They have a bad day, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that was a good video. The next video that the person that they talking about, right, is a skinny person, and then they're having a good day. Right? Oh, I'm having a good day. Everything is good. Life is great, blah, blah, blah. She can't do a video about that. Because when she puts that person on screen and that person is skinny and they're having a good day, she can't say nothing negative about a skinny person. But since it's Amberlynn and she's 500 pounds, when Amberlynn come on camera and say, I'm having a good fucking day, she gonna go, you ain't having a good day because you 500 fucking pounds. A 500-pound person can't have a good day. You had to eat something. Wait, what did you eat right there? That didn't look right. Yep. You moved, you can barely move. Oh, look at your shape. Oh, your face is out of you can't fit in your bathtub. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why these morons can't react to nobody skinny or nobody good looking or nobody decent looking. They gotta go after somebody 500 pounds because it doesn't matter. If Amberlynn is boring, doing a vlog, having a good day, they're gonna criticize something about her because she don't look like a person that would ever have a fucking good day. And that's a fact, Jack. You can take that shit to the bank. You don't see these people reacting to anybody attractive. Anybody mid-level attractive. And we all know that there's some mid-level attractive people on YouTube that are problematic. But you don't see none of these clowns reacting to them. You know why? Because they can't give off that this person is obviously, lying about, being good or being healthy or having a good day. They're lying about it. But with Amberlynn, you could say that because she's 500 pounds. So you go, there's no way she's enjoying it. Had bingo night. She's 500 pounds. How did she get in there? People are laughing at her when she walks to the grocery store. She walks to the parking lot. Ain't no man hitting on her. What? There's no way. Her mom doesn't enjoy being around her. There's no way. That's how they play it, bruh. That's why that's why it's fatphobia. It really is. And it's fatphobia from unattractive fat people, which is crazy, right? Because she's not the most attractive person in the world. That's why she can't attack somebody attractive. She gotta attack a 500-pound person to not only make her pathetic audience feel better because they feel bad about themselves, right? They don't want to see an attractive person on the screen being criticized. They want to see a 500 person because they know they like, hey, all the bad shit going on in my life and how ugly I am, at least I ain't 500 pounds. That's what they want to be able to say. Get with the program. Get with the program, y'all. Go ahead, roll it.
There's anything worth making a video about. A then sent me the screenshots. I had a really good look through them. I had a read of them. I did a little bit of cross-referencing and just a little bit of thinking, and I decided that I was going to make this video, so here I am. There were lots and lots of screenshots. So Emily and A had lots of discussion from the end of Feb to mid-March. I'm going to show you all of the screenshots. But A was basically messaging Emily sympathetically. The two were having nice conversations where Emily was sharing some personal things about Amber, which I think is going to be interesting for us to see. see. And then they reach kind of a pinnacle in March where Emily says the thing about the physical stuff, so we'll get to that. I'm going to put all the screenshots here. I'm not going to read every single message from every single screenshot, but if you want to pause to read and get an idea of what's going on, you can. But obviously I've redacted a lot of what A has said, so it's going to be kind of back and forth, but you'll be able to work it out. So on the 24th of Feb 2025, A reaches out to Emily and says something like, "I hope your health is okay, wishing you all the best." Emily says, "I just hate that I'm still being talked about, but thank you." A then puts a nice message where they are trying to tell Emily that it's going to be okay and give Emily a kind of supportive, kind of, you know, it'll be okay kind of message. A then sends this, which is quite a long message. The idea of what A is saying here is that basically A understands that Emily has struggled a lot with losing Colleen, and it's basically just A letting Emily know that she's not alone and she's not the only person who's been through this suffering. And you can see at the bottom here that Emily replies with, "Nothing compares to the pain of losing her. I still have dreams about her. I've done," then there's a redacted line here, which is, I can't put that in because it will give some stuff away. "I just haven't had the motivation to do much of anything. The pain of losing someone on top of being harassed and having strangers say you contributed to their death is literally the worst thing imaginable that I don't wish on anyone." Then there's a message where A's replied and said very personal stuff, which I'm not going to show. There's more personal stuff from A, and then a photo which A has sent to Emily. A then sends a few more messages and another photo which is relevant.
Yeah! I'm gonna expose this whole fucking thing. Chat, I'm about to expose this whole fucking thing, bruh. So let me get this straight. This person tell you they got the tea. They got private messages with Tommy. Now you calling her Emily. That's cute. Sent the mat having a conversation with Tommy. Tommy's relaying messages. They're having a nice conversation like, "Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad. What happened to your ex-girlfriend? How do you feel?" Tommy's like, "It was the worst thing in my life that people thought that I actually did it and da-da-da-da-da. I really love that person." And here you are. Here you are, Rachel. This is how you get exposed. Here you are going, "Yeah, that's right. It was hard on Emily, and having this person being caring to Tommy." Now I find this very odd because when Tommy was with Amber Lynn, I'm gonna show you how these clowns operate. When Tommy was with Amber Lynn, Rachel, wasn't you the one that made a whole video talking about how Tommy was the reason for her girlfriend's death? Matter of fact, not even only that, you played Tommy giving a speech at the funeral of her dead girlfriend. You was the one that said that Amber Lynn was a victim of Tommy. But ever since Tommy broke up with Amber Lynn, now you trying to make Tommy the victim? You see how they play with you idiots? Just 4 months ago, ma'am, you was shitting on how Tommy was a person that was a feeder, that was dangerous for Amber Lynn, that was responsible for the death of her ex-girlfriend. Now you sitting here with a whole different tone. You guys are fucking clowns. Let me just throw some of that up there. This is you 4 months ago, ma'am.
Who brought her to this unhealthy state. It kind of makes me think of a lover feeding their partner poison while they're lying in their sickbed and they're pretending to take care of them, and actually sugar breaks down in our liver as something of a poison. So the argument that Tommy is complicit in her fiance's murder actually kind of does have legs. As well as this,
you just said 4 months ago that Tommy was complicit in her girlfriend's murder. And now, we fast forward 4 months, your tone has changed. You see what these clowns do? Anything for the fucking money. Anything to hate Amber Lynn. If Amber Lynn's with Tommy, Tommy's the worst fucking person on earth. She out there killing people. They break up. Oh, Tommy, wait a minute. Let's hear your story. You're the victim now. You're Beck now, huh? Just like when Amber Lynn was with Beck, Beck was the worst person on the planet. As soon as Beck broke up and Amber Lynn broke up with Beck, you are a victim. Look, this is how they do it. This is how these clowns operate. It's the same fucking... But go ahead, bruh. We're going to get more to that 4 months ago shit you were saying about Tommy and how you changed your tone. We're going to get to that. Go ahead.
to, you know, basically it's relevant to something bad that happened to A, and A is sharing photos from that experience to relate to Emily. Emily says, "That's so sweet, I'm sorry for your loss. I know how it feels to finally have the love that you read about or see in movies, just to have it ripped away knowing you'll never find that connection again. It's really isolating." And then you can see here that A has replied saying something that's kind of like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, basically. Emily then says, "My child is the one thing that keeps me going every day. I'm so thankful for her." A sends another supportive message and then says, "I'm so over Alexis. As soon as she brought you up, it broke my heart for you. I'm so sorry. You're doing everything you can, as far as I can see, to move on, and Alexis is desperately trying to stay relevant. Sorry this happened again." Emily says, "I can't stand..."
Look at how desperate this woman is for views. You out here redacting whatever the person A is saying, because I think person A is you, but you over here redacting this person's conversation, but you're leaving in all of Tommy's conversation, especially when she's talking about her child, bro. You could have left that out. You could have left that part out. But you gonna release all this private message, huh? You thought you was gonna get all the clout off of this, huh? You thought you was gonna go Mrs. Viral, Mrs. Exclusive on this one, huh? That shit backfired on your ass. Now I see why. I see why. You're thirsty, ma'am. You wanted some water. You're thirsty. Look at this shit, bro. This shit is disgusting. You wanted to be in the pool so bad, huh? Go ahead. You should have left this up to Jordy Lordy. I knew you was just like him. Go ahead.
Stand her, I've done nothing to her for her to treat me like this. A says, "The worst part is she treats you like shit under the guise of protecting ALR, but then she treats her like shit too. She is scum and so selfish." Emily says, "Oh yeah, she wasn't doing shit to protect her, she wants the attention." A says, "Agreed, just take care of yourself." Then there's a gap. A seems to send a message, which Emily doesn't reply to. Then, on the 15th of March, I believe that is the day that Emily posted a picture with a caption which was about Colleen, basically expressing her grief and her sadness, at which point A messages Emily and says, "I hope you're finding peace and healing in small ways. I'm proud of you for posting the truth about your ex and honouring her memory. It was a beautiful post, I almost cried." Emily says, "Thank you, that's very kind. Everything has been really hard. Amberlynn has taken a toll on me. I stayed with her because, sorry about my dog, you're human and I was hurting. When someone is your only emotional anchor, even when it's hurting you, it can feel safer than staring into the unknown of loneliness. It's survival mode. That part of..."
Now I see why she redacting A herself. Because she played Emily, aka Tommy, so strong in these messages. "Oh, I really care for you. Oh, that post about you, your girlfriend in the sky, that made me cry." I mean, wow. I mean, the way this person is manipulating Tommy to spilling tea on Amberlynn is crazy. I mean, goddamn. You would have thought that this person was right next to Tommy with their arms around their shoulder going, "I understand you. I feel you. I'm crying with you. Now tell me, what did Amberlynn do?" Exactly. Just tell me everything. Go ahead. I'm here. I'm a shoulder to lean on. And as soon as you spill the tea, "Hey, I got the tea." These are these people, bro. And these people like to act like Amberlynn is the worst person on this planet. Amberlynn is the person that we're talking about and is disgusting. But look at the shit that they do, though. Look at all of this shit this person did to get Tommy to talk about Amberlynn. Look at this. To play like you're sensitive and you have feelings and you hurt that Emily's hurt about her ex dying. This is how far they would go just to get some Amberlynn tea. They would literally go to hell and then arrive back from hell and going, "I got it, y'all." Like, this is disgusting. This is why she deleted this shit. Go ahead.
Of me is scared, worn down and clinging to anything that looks like connection, even if it's costing me pieces of myself. I stayed because I lost Colleen, my safe place, my soft landing, and when you lose something so precious, your heart tries to fill that void with anything that feels like it might offer relief, even if deep down you know it isn't the same. So Emily saying that about Amber is kind of telling about their relationship already, and it's interesting, but I'm not going to dig into all of that right now. But I will say that the way this is worded and the fact that I know the two were speaking at the time and the way that Emily appears to write on her public Instagram posts, I believe that Emily did write these DMs. Then A says something like, I don't know how you handled being with Amber, basically like, I can't believe you put up with her. Then A sends another message with a photo saying, I hope this will bring you some smiles, and then something private, which I can't put in there. Then
You know why I think she didn't delete this video and she privated this video? I think she privated this video so she can strike anybody that uses this. I think Rachel privated this because everybody was like, why did you just delete it instead of privating? Because you're making money off of it. But I think she privated it so if anybody exposes her, she can fucking strike them. That's why. Go ahead, girl.
A says, I have a confession. I do not like ALR. I didn't want to offend you. I saw you in her videos and felt you weren't being treated fairly. But honestly, I hope you didn't get treated too badly by her. I don't care about her looks, size. I judge her on her actions. And then something very, very personal there as well. And then you can see here, Emily has replied, she is as manipulative as people say she is, if not more. She doesn't see it either. She never sees herself as in the wrong. It's always everyone else's fault. People making fun of her size or Beck talking about the wiping thing has nothing to do with the actual terrible things she does, which takes away from that. A then replies another message, but basically in this chain of messages, the reason I can't show what A is saying is because it's A's own personal trauma that they don't want to share relating to somebody that's very personal to them. So
let me get this straight, Rachel. So it's okay to share Tommy's personal stuff in these messages. It's okay for you to do that. But whoever A is, you want to keep their privacy private, but expose all the Tommy shit? You see how disgusting you are? You sat there, blurred out all the private stuff that they were saying to Tommy, which exactly, context matter. The fact that you don't want to say what this person said to Tommy to get Tommy to say whatever Tommy said about themselves is utterly disgusting. And the fact that the person that you are protecting, that manipulated and lied and did this whole song and dance to get Tommy to speak, it's just disgusting. It is disgusting. It really is. And you're like, oh, I want to protect this person's privacy, but Tommy, I'm gonna release all of it. I'm gonna let it all go. Her talking about her daughter, let it go. Her talking about this, let it. You just let all that shit go about Tommy, but protecting. See, this is what makes you disgusting. This Amber Lynn shit has fucking clogged your brains, man. I don't know what kind of person you was before Amber Lynn, but I'm pretty sure you weren't this bad. I hope so. You can't protect one person and then out another person so you can get the 411 and the T on Amber Lynn, because what happens is people don't get the context. They don't get the full context of the conversation because it's all one-sided. Go ahead.
So I can't show all of that, so I'm leaving that out, but basically it's just A saying something awful happened to me too. Amber's behaviour reminds me of someone I know, basically. In the person...
Amber Lynn's behavior reminds probably of somebody I know. Like, what the fuck is this? Go ahead.
Story that A shared, Emily says, wow, that story hits home. I would always cringe when she did something nice for me because I knew it would be held over my head or used against me. I could say a lot of stories of what I went through, but so many people have already said that they hate me and don't care what I have to say. Now, to that message, I will say, Emily, obviously, you've had a lot of heat, including from me. I have a big video where I insult you and call you a feeder. I stand by there being very, very good evidence that you are a feeder.
Oh. You did a lot more than that, but we'll get to that though. We'll get to that. But I see how you're trying to play nice with Tommy now. I see this. I see you trying to play nice with Tommy. Trying to get that interview, huh? Go ahead.
You are into that stuff, and I think you dating Amber Lynn Reid was bad. But it's not true that nobody wants to hear what you have to say or doesn't care what you have to say. I'm going to make this video showing you saying this, and I imagine...
No one cares... No, wait a minute. Why do you care what a murderer has to say? I'm asking you a question. You called that woman... You said that you did all of this.
himself. We are free. We are so free that we're actually free to harm ourselves should we so choose. If a person gives their consent to carry out a behaviour which hurts them, there's kind of nothing that we can really do or say. We can safely park this point here though, because there is a massive difference between Amber and Eugenia, and there is a huge factor at play for Amber which we absolutely have to address, and that factor is Tommy. It doesn't actually matter what Amber herself chooses to do, because that is her own decision. Tommy, however, is another story. Amber might be free to eat what she wants. The question we should really be asking ourselves is it okay for Tommy to stand beside somebody and watch them make awful choices for their health, and not only refuse to stop it, but actually encourage them, and not only encourage them, but actually gain sexual gratification from watching this occur?
This is all the things you had to say about Tommy 4 months ago. Now your tone has changed. Now you said that she was responsible for the murder of her ex. That's not too far-fetched. And then you go around and said that Tommy was encouraging Amberlynn to get fatter and bigger and getting sexual gratification out of that, which you didn't know. You have no clue. But you said all of these things about Tommy when she was with Amberlynn, and now that she's broken up with Amberlynn, you want to hear what she got to say? Now you want to hear what she got to say. Now, you know what? Let me tell you something, Tommy. We're here for you, and we're listening. You just called her a fucking murderer 4 months ago. Now you want to listen to what she got to say? I'm living in the upside down. That's where I'm living at. This doesn't make any sense to me, bro. It don't make any sense to me. Now you want to listen to, yo, we're here for you, Tommy, and we want to hear it. We want to hear, no, what? That's crazy.
A quick comment back to the Eugenia Cooney thing. I think the main difference here is the proximity. So yes, perhaps it's not my job to tell Amber what she should or shouldn't eat.
That's crazy. You said all of this.
These immobile feedees can't move. They're not capable of going to the kitchen and cooking up a meal. They can't drive themselves through the McDonald's drive-thru. So if they do gain weight to the point of immobility or death, it is kind of, or entirely, their feeder's fault, because they were able to continue eating food which they physically couldn't have got if it wasn't for their feeder. Just a second ago, I said that Amberlynn Reid is a victim of manipulation, and I know that that sentence is something which lots of people would have a huge problem with. And if you've watched Amberlynn for any period of time, you will see the irony in me claiming that she is a victim of manipulation, because she is the queen of manipulation from what we've seen. She's been proven to be deeply, deeply manipulative with her past romantic partner.
You blame Tommy for all of that. Now you changing your tone and you telling your audience that we want to hear from Tommy now? That Tommy's a victim now? You see how quick they change? As soon as Tommy broke up with Amberlynn, the tone has changed. Now Tommy, who Amberlynn was the victim of Tommy because Tommy was a feeder, and and Tommy has a history of putting people in the grave, right? And Amberlynn is the next victim. Remember they was making videos about Amberlynn possibly being in the basement because Tommy put her ex-girlfriend in the basement one time, and then Tommy was held at knife point or gunpoint or whatever. Remember that? They made whole videos about how dangerous Tommy is. Now Tommy is no longer with Amberlynn and Tommy's the victim? You guys are playing mind games with your own audience. You playing mind games with him. Just 4 months ago, Tommy was the most dangerous person on this planet. Tommy was America's most wanted. And now we 4 months fast forward and Tommy's the victim? I can't keep up. I'm living in the upside down. I can't keep up. Now Tommy's the one that was getting beat up. Now Tommy is the one we want to hear from. Tommy, just tell us. We want to hear, Tommy. We're here for you, Tommy. What happened? The whole shit is because that's what these people are. They about making money. It doesn't matter. Amber, they flipped the script so many times. As long as it's against Amberlynn, it doesn't matter. If Amberlynn's happy in a relationship, that person that she's happy with is the devil. As soon as they break up with Amberlynn, they're the angel. And we want to listen. We want to hear what you went through. You know you went through trauma being with Amberlynn. This is crazy, bruh.
You will see from the reaction, although I have no idea how this is going to be perceived. I really don't know. I'm a bit worried I'm going to regret making this, to be honest, but we'll just blow that bridge up when we get there, because I think it needs to get out. I think Amber can't carry on doing this to people, so I don't know. But anyway, Emily, if you want to share your story, people do want to listen to you. I will listen to you. I'll listen openly. I'd be willing to share on your behalf if you don't want to get on YouTube. I'm sure you won't want to do that, but just so you know. Then A says, more
Now you change your tone? Now your tone is, you want to hear from Emily, the person you called the murderer 4 months ago? We're listening. We're here. We want to hear you. If you want to talk to me, you can talk. This is all about clicks, bro. You all about clicks and making money and manipulating. That's it. That's it. And the fact that your audience can't see that, they get played like a goddamn guitar. Just 4 months ago, Tommy was the worst person on the planet. Now you want to talk to her? Who you think you are, Oprah? The fuck is this? What is this, dog? I'm confused. I'm trying to understand it. I really am. But go ahead.
Personal stuff. Everyone treated you like a faceless character in a fiction. You're a person with valid, complicated feelings. And then Emily says, yeah, the internet mob mentality is scary. I've been through hell and back with saying things publicly. It gives me great anxiety, which is fair enough. Speaking publicly about something, you put your neck on the line. I'm putting my neck on the line right now. A says she knew how her haters are and she threw you to the wolves. So awful. Emily then says, everyone says I knew all about her. I knew who she was, but very vaguely. I had no idea about the Reddit or the farms. I wish I would have gotten a heads up. And then there's more.
You honestly believe that Tommy didn't have a heads up on who Amber Lynn Reed was? All the messages, all the backlash, all the fucking all the shit that she caught when it was announced, you telling me she had no clue? I would have gave her a pass the first visit when she came over with the Jeep in her first vlog with Amber Lynn. I would give her that. But then telling us that when she went back home, she didn't catch a lot of heat from all these moronic reaction channels and all these weird people trying to get in, touching the poo. You telling me Tommy didn't have a clue what was going on when a month later she brought Amber Lynn and let Amber Lynn's mom drive her all the way to Tommy's house? You telling me she didn't know what was going on, especially when the cat went missing, when the cat ran away from her house? You telling me she didn't know what was going on in the vlogs and about Amber Lynn Reed? Are you fucking serious? Are we just that dumb? You get in a relationship with somebody and they're just this viral person on the internet and you know nothing about them? I mean, there's hundreds of videos and reaction channels of Amber Lynn on the internet. And you got with this person, and then you go, well, after you broke up with her, you were like, oh, I didn't have a clue what Amber Lynn was and what she did. I didn't have a clue. After the fact? and these reaction channels go, oh yeah, that makes sense. I can see how Tommy didn't know who Amber Lynn was. And why do they do that? Again, these I call them reaction channels. These hate channels cannot gotta make Tommy a victim now. Now they gotta change it around. It was Tommy the victim. Amber Lynn was the one who manipulated Tommy. And Tommy didn't have a clue who Amber Lynn was. That's why she was with Amber Lynn. Tommy, come over here and speak to us. We want to hear your story. We want to make you the new Beck. Because Beck burned us. Remember, chat, Beck burned these clowns. Yes, she did. Because yes, they did, okay? They burnt these clowns. Beck burnt them because they put all their eggs in the Beck basket. And then when it was found out that Beck's fiance was out there trying to fucking get underage kids, it changed everything. It changed every fucking thing. And all these hate channels had to go into hiding. Only for like 3 days because, they needed to come back and make their money on YouTube. They was gone for like 3 days and came back and acted like nothing happened. That's how they do it, But Again, like I said, this is what they do. They all do the same shit. But go ahead.
Personal stuff from A, and then we have this from A, who says, you need to stop posting on Insta and instead make a YouTube video series and get that coin back from that amazing concert you bought for her, in my opinion. Emily says, bro, those tickets cost a small fortune and she got me Tupperware for my birthday. And then A says a bunch of stuff, and then ha ha ha, I think Girl World is ready for Emily's side, which I think is true. Emily
You just said this 4 months ago.
Second. The first thing is that we've seen evidence of Tommy having a type. Lots of people have types. I personally like a soft mask lesbian with emotional vulnerability and the ability to hold down a proper job, but hey, that's just me. Tommy has made it frightfully clear that her type is big women, but not just big women. Tommy's late fiancée was over £1,100. We're talking over a ton of one person. The downsides of dating a person of this size are so astronomical. You're not going to date that person in spite of their weight. If you're dating somebody of that size, it's more than likely because of their weight rather than in spite of their weight. Another thing that I found extremely convincing is how quickly Tommy moved on from her partner. Tommy can be seen at her fiancé's funeral claiming to be heartbroken that
You played Tommy in a video at her girlfriend's funeral. You didn't give a fuck about Tommy when Tommy was with Amber Lynn. She was the grossest person ever. She moved on so fast from her girlfriend that she supposedly killed. Why the fuck do you want to hear from somebody you just said 4 months ago was a murderer? Now all of a sudden you want, oh, you know what? Girl World wants to hear from you. These people are fucking sick. Go ahead.
her partner is dead. But not 2 months later, she's already messaging Amber Lynn, and before Amber Lynn, she was already messaging other women as well. I have never lost a partner, thank God, so I can't really comment on how long it would take somebody to get over the death of their fiancé. However, I do.
So you never lost a partner, so you wouldn't know how long it would take for somebody to get over a death of their partner. So why are you speaking on it? Go ahead.
Do think that 2 months is a suspicious amount of time
Suspicious?
when that fact is taken in conjunction with all of the other things that we know about Tommy. Yes, it is possible that your fiancé dies and then you're out in the wild 2 months later and you happen to meet the love of your life and you can't help it, but it is more than likely to happen naturally and it would be an anomaly or something of an outlier. It's not the standard experience.
So if your partner dies, it's not standard for you to move on. You don't know what kind of conversation she had with the person her girlfriend passing away. You know, they don't know if that person said, hey, I want you to move on. I want you to find happiness. I want you to go on with your life. You don't know the conversation you had. And you just said you never been with a partner that passed away. So you don't know what kind of time it takes for somebody to move on to somebody else. That's their business, bruh. If somebody move on to find somebody else within that period of time, who are you to judge? And what makes you think that that's not standard? There's people that do that shit. It does. Does that make them evil? Does you want to talk to people that lost somebody that they loved and found somebody else? It's crazy to me. And then you said all of this shit about Tommy, and then now you begging Tommy for an interview? After you said all of this disgusting ass shit? This is crazy. You talked all this shit about this person 4 months ago, just 4 months ago. And now you talking about everybody want to hear your story. Come on over here and talk to us. The girl world's listening. You want tea on fucking Amber Lynn this fucking bad. Gross, bruh. Gross. But go ahead.
Says she's very stingy. That is one thing I'll say Alexis was actually right about. She spends so much money on useless shit. She bought like 400 highlighters when she was at my house and left them all here, but because she was into word searches and using different highlighters. A says, that makes my poor ass so sad. Haha, such a waste. Then on the 17th, which is the following day, Emily says, I would get so salty about that shit because she's asked me to drive her to the casino in Milwaukee after a 12-hour shift or running around for random errands and wouldn't offer a cent in gas money. A sends some more sympathetic stuff. I think it's fair to say that what A was doing here was kind of trying to coax Emily into sharing things, which is partially why A...
Wait. You thought that this person was trying to coach Emily into saying things? You don't say. You know, right after all these DMs and when they got all the tea, they went straight to you with this, right? And you think that person wasn't coaching Emily to say something very, very nasty so you can clip it and then you can make content out of it so it can go viral. You didn't think that. Of course, this person is trying to coach Emily, Tommy, to saying something disgusting about Amber Lynn that nobody else ever heard. Of course they are. And the fact that you want to hide this person because you want to protect this person after doing this shameful shit is crazy to me. And that's why a lot of people think it's you. That's why a lot of people think it's you. You protecting yourself from this shit. Because you don't want people to know that you got in contact with Tommy and you was trying to get the tea. Yo, it's crazy.
He doesn't want their messages shared because they're worried that if they get worked out or somebody finds out who they are, they will then use what they've said to Emily against them or know loads of really personal stuff about them. And I understand that that could happen. So that
Well, now I see why you deleted this video, because this shit is out of context. If you can't read the other person's conversation or what the other person is saying, and you could just only read whatever Tommy is saying, it takes the whole thing out of context. It takes the whole thing out of context. All you're doing is reading Tommy's thing and just giving an example of what the other person is saying. We don't know what the other person is saying. That's why you shouldn't have never did this shit. And now you're getting burned for it.
That's why I'm doing my best to hide everything I possibly can that could give you any idea who A is. So those are all the conversations.
Who is this person? This is Rachel Reacts. You don't know who this is? This is another Amber Lynn hate channel person. Yeah, very big. You know, they went viral on a hate video that they made about Amber Lynn and Tommy. Got a lot of views for it. And then she has not stopped talking about Amber Lynn since. Yeah. She's all in with the Jordys and the Snowflakes and everybody else. And they all pat each other on the fucking back. And this one is supposed to be the one that doesn't touch the poo. This one's supposed to be the nice one. This is supposed to be the therapeutic one. You know, they all have them, right? You got the nasty ones, and then you got the therapeutic ones, you know? Just like on the foodie side, you got the FFGs, and you got the, you know, the crazies, and then you got Milk Tea, who's just calm, collective, and nice, right? That's who this person is in the Amberverse. She's just the calm, collective, soothing voice with the background, and I don't touch the poo type shit, right? And then she went face deep in the poo when she thought she was going to have a viral moment.
Conversations that precede the main event, which I'm about to tell you about now. So that's the chats they were having from February 24th to March 17th. Following the conversations I've shown, on March 18th, A asks Emily this. I know this is personal, but I'm curious. Did she physically harm you at all or try? If that's too nosy or too hard for you to talk about, no worries, you don't owe me anything. I hope the answer is no. I hope she didn't hurt you more than what I imagined she did emotionally. At this point, allegedly, according to A, Emily turns on Vanish mode on Instagram. Now, if you don't know what Vanish mode is, I've never used it, but this is what it is. It's basically where you drag down in the chat and then you can turn on this thing called Vanish mode, where once you've sent a message, it will disappear after the person closes the chat. When you put this setting on, you see this pop up. So this is what it looks like. You see this message and you see this option to press learn more. This is going to be relevant in a minute, okay? So when A allegedly asked this question of Emily, which you can see here that I've just read out loud, A claims that Emily put on Vanish mode and then sent this message. Here is a picture of the phone with the message. The message says, I don't really want to disclose too much info.
This person went full K Bella. This person went full K Bella, bruh. Damn, this community sucks, bruh. These people are disgusting. She went full K Bella. She grabbed her phone, got her burner phone, and then took a Yo, this shit is crazy, bruh. There ain't no privacy in this motherfucker, bruh. Don't trust nobody, bruh. You thought you was going to give a private message. You had an intimate moment with somebody. You think they cool with you. Man, they went ahead, got the phone when she went to Vanish mode, got another phone, and took a fucking... Bro, these people are stinky. Bro, that's why you don't trust nobody in this shit, bro. You don't say nothing, man. These people are evil, bro. These people, and it's so crazy that these people try to claim and try to make it seem like Amber Lynn is the most evil person on this planet and Amber Lynn is dangerous and she's the devil. It's these people, bruh. Look at how thirsty you are, bro. She put it on Vanish mode and you ran to go get another phone so you can take a picture of. That's crazy. Go ahead, though.
Let's just say it was more than just words. So this is
because if you put it on Vanish mode and you try to screenshot it, it'll show the other person. And I think on Instagram, if you try to screenshot it, it won't let you. It'll scramble the words or something. I heard something like that, but yeah.
Basically A saying to Emily, was Amber abusive in any way beyond just emotionally? And Emily replies with, let's just say it was more than just words. And that, I think, heavily insinuates that there was a physical element to this relationship. I asked A to tell me a bit more about how they ended up with this photo, and this is a DM from A, which I'm cool to show you, and this is what they said. You can clearly see in the photo that it's her photo and name. I know it's blurry, I was shaking when I took it because I was so upset and didn't want to press anything to lose the message. So a few things to go over here. You can see at the top of this screenshot, Emily has turned on hidden messages, or at least it looks like she has, because you can see the top of the message that shows when you turn on vanishing mode, and you can see the learn more button, and then you can see the next message is that message from Emily. Then you can see that if this is true, A has opened the message and gone, holy shit, put the phone down and taken a photo of the phone, which that's what it looks like anyway. If you look at the time, there's a few hours between these two things, so it could be that if it's true, Emily took a while to respond, but that is what allegedly, according to A, Emily said. So to put these two things together and in front of your eyes, one after the other for you, here is A's message. Did she physically harm you at all or try? If that's too nosy or hard for you to talk about, no worries, you don't owe me anything. And then Emily allegedly replies saying, I don't really want to disclose too much info, let's just say it was more than just words. So that sounds like a yes. This could...
And that's where you got in trouble. You indicated that Emily was being domestic violence. And a lot of women that encountered domestic violence thought that you were utterly disgusting by putting this out in public. Somebody shares a private message with somebody about possible domestic violence, and you outed it. You thought that this was tea. You thought that it was cool for you to release this. You thought it was cool for you to tell somebody else's private story in public. And now you want to sit on your fucking community tab and giving this apology, talking about you privated the video and that you're going to send money to domestic violent charity. No, ma'am, too late. We know who you are, okay? You're disgusting. You're gross. I told you people, once you stand or sit there and watch too much Amber Lynn and you go viral and you have a moment in a video where everybody likes and you want to keep going. You want to keep going on that energy. You want to keep going on that high. But instead of just watching Amber Lynn just doing her normal shit and giving constructive criticism, that's not enough. Your numbers start to fall off. You got to have a viral moment. And that's when you start doing shit like this. That's when you start touching the poo. That's when you start diving in the poop. And you disappointed a lot of people that watched you because they thought you was different than the Jordys and the Michael B. Petties and all the rest of these people that are currently doing Amber Lynn videos. They thought you were different. But I knew you was the same. There's nothing different about you. You're just talking in just a smoother and a calmer tone. You're not different than these people. The moment you get something like this, you willing to put this out in public. And then when you caught the backlash for it, that's when you privated it. You turned, and then you try to turn your audience's mind around. That's the part right there. When I called it out, that's the part right there that baffles me the most. It's how easily these people can be persuaded, right? Your audience go from Tommy's the worst person in the world to Tommy's the victim. That fast, only in 4 months. Tommy was just a murderer 4 months ago. Now she's a victim? Come on, y'all. Now you sitting there talking about you want to talk to Tommy and the girl world wants to hear Tommy's story and how bad Amber Lynn was to her. But you just said that when she was with Tommy, that Amber Lynn was the victim. And Amber Lynn needs to get away from Tommy because Tommy is going to harm her like Tommy did her ex. That's what y'all all said. And then when Amber Lynn and Tommy is no longer together, you guys was like, oh, we support you, Tommy. Give us the tea. Tell us how disgusting Amber Lynn is. We want to hear about how you had to wipe her ass. Give us something. It's fucking gross.
Could mean as much or as little as we like. I obviously have lots and lots of thoughts about this. It's very complicated. I'm trying to remain unbiased, at least for now, while I share like the highlights of what was sent. People might...
I'm trying to remain unbiased, but you only showed one screenshot from one person and privated all their private messages to Tommy. You don't even know, we don't even know the context of this. You just went straight into Amber Lynn physically abused Tommy from this one message. I don't really want to disclose too much info. Let's just say it was more than just words. What is that even supposed to mean? What are we supposed to take away from that?
Remain unbiased, at least for now, while I share like the highlights of what was sent. People might think it's nothing, people might think it's really important. I truly don't know. Obviously we need to discuss a couple of things. So we need to discuss the validity of the screenshots. So we know for certain, you're going to have to take my word for it, but I promise you, you know, on my good name, I know for certain that A and Emily were DMing at the time, 100%. I've seen other different evidence where I know for a fact that they were exchanging private messages at the time. So that makes it seem likely that the messages A has sent me are messages from Emily because I know they were talking. So A has...
You know they were talking because you was talking to her. Because you was the one doing the talking, ma'am. But you had all this to say about Emily 4 months ago.
But it is quite odd and it is quite suspicious that since she's moved into this situation with Tommy, she appears to be really unhappy and she feels the need to defend Tommy and justify Tommy's actions. And I think that probably is a sign that there is something nefarious going on with Tommy. I mean, we know there is, but the fruits of their relationship are quite clear in the way that Amber appears in this video.
I have to like say that because a lot of people are like blaming Tommy for my like lack of uploads. No. She has been so supportive and she's just like, she understands that I need a break, but she's also like very encouraging when it comes to like things that I enjoy and love. And she knows that I love YouTube. And she's like, you know, upload when you want, but she's always like giving me cute little ideas.
And this brings me to my final point, which I think is genuinely the saddest point of all of this whole video. And that is that, like I said in the intro, Amber thinks that she is in love. She thinks she's living in a love story, but she's not. She's living in a horror story. I
just wanted to show y'all how 4 months ago she was painting Amber Lynn as being the victim and Tommy was the devil. And now we're fast forward to Tommy and Amber Lynn no longer together, and now Tommy's the victim and Amber Lynn's the devil. You see how this shit works? You see how they manipulate their audience? You went viral with this, man. You sat there and just said how Amber Lynn needs to watch out and get away from this person because she gonna feed her to death. And Amber Lynn don't look the same at Tommy's house. Y'all was saying how Tommy was putting Amber Lynn in the fucking basement and had her chained up to a pole and feeding her scraps. That's why she wasn't going live all the time. And as soon as they break up, now it's flipped. Now it's Amber Lynn, the one that beat Tommy's ass. And Tommy's the victim. We want to hear your story, Tommy. Tell us what Amber Lynn did to you, Tommy. You're the victim, Tommy. This shit is crazy, bruh. It's like, bro, like you were saying something totally different 4 months ago. Now you want to get that exclusive interview to go viral and you want to sit next to Tommy and be like Oprah and sit there on that chair and go, how hard was it for you to be with Amber Lynn? Did Amber Lynn harm you? It looked like you were struggling being with Amber Lynn. Shit is crazy, man. That's why I say this shit is fucking wild. It is wild how they talk, how they change it up so fast. They go from A to Z that quick. And then their audience don't even question them. Their audience don't be like, yo, wait a minute. Rachel, I remember 4 months ago, you said that Emily was the devil and Emily was a murderer. Matter of fact, let me stop right there. In her post that she made, okay, in her post that she made after deleting the video, there was a lot of comments like that. There was a lot of comments saying, we don't care about Emily's privacy, Tommy's privacy, because she's a murderer and all that other shit like that. Because again, you put that in their heads. You put that in your audience heads, and then you try to flip the script. See, that's why you don't come on the internet and talk about absolutely you don't know nothing about anything private that you don't know about a person or you don't know anything. If you want to sit there and react and Amber Lynn's with their girlfriend and blah, 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 and it would have been just totally normal, you know what I'm saying? And then when they broke up and then you want to victimize Tommy, that would have been fine. But that's not what you did, though. You sat there, you sat on your platform and acted like you knew exactly who Tommy was. She's a person that gets with a big person and kills him, and then gets to another big person and tries to kill them. That's how you painted Tommy. And even Jordy, when he contacted the dead woman's brother, which was utterly disgusting. This man just lost his sister 2 months prior. Well, I'm sorry, 4 months prior. He just lost his sister. And Jordy had to get in contact with this guy to get the tea on Amber Lynn. I don't know why that didn't explode and that didn't go viral, but whatever. I mean, you could do absolutely anything you want when you're a hate channel and a disgusting human being. But when Jordy was trying to coerce this man who just lost his sister to say that Tommy was the reason why his sister died, right? And they had a whole conversation and the brother was like, no, Tommy had nothing to do with it. It was all my sister. She was already in hospital when she met Tommy. All that, right? You saw that video and you didn't go, wait a minute, Tommy don't got nothing to do with the death of this woman. My bad. Let me just move on to something else. No, you didn't do that. You kept calling her a feeder, and she's killing people. You did all of that. Now you want to have an interview with her? Man, this shit crazy, bruh. Go ahead.
Either spoken to Emily about a load of other stuff and then made up fake messages and sent me a load of fake screenshots. I don't know. The photograph itself, like where Emily is saying this, I think it looks credible. The lighting is looking right on all of the, all the writing is the same size. It's all the same colour. It's all the same lightness and the same blurriness. You can see the name. This photo was taken before Emily deleted her Instagram, which is why we can see that there's a picture there, but there aren't pictures in the screenshots that A took this morning to send to me. So there's the question of, is it true? Is it real? Obviously, Emily has only said that, which doesn't show very much at all. Emily could also be lying, so it might be that these screenshots are real, but that Emily is lying about Amber, I don't know. However, if it is true and Emily isn't lying and this really did happen, then that is a whole conversation which needs to be had, right? If this is Emily coming out, well, not coming out, but if this is Emily saying there was a physical element to the relationship, the reason that matters to me and the reason that I'm sharing it and platforming this and exposing these private DMs, which to be honest is not something I feel comfortable doing, but
this is not something I feel comfortable doing, but did it? It's crazy work, man.
I think we have a duty in the Amberverse to know that this is true because in the past, Amber has been accused of this before by Casey. And if this is true, it gives a lot more.
We have an obligation to know? We? Why do we have an obligation to know, ma'am? This is her life, bro. Why do we? These people have gotten so deep inside of this person. It's crazy, bro. These people got way too deep, man. Got way too deep, my boy. Go ahead.
More credibility, which Casey doesn't need this because I believed Casey anyway, but it makes it even more likely that Casey isn't lying and that all of the other exes who have come out and said that Amber is awful and manipulative aren't lying. I don't believe they're lying anyway, but this is just like another ex in a line of exes. So it does matter, I think, if Emily did say this, and if Emily has been another victim of Amber, it's very relevant in my opinion. I'm super curious.
I'm so sorry, but you just said 4 months ago that Amber Lynn is the victim. Now you trying to make Tommy the victim, and everything, if Tommy comes out and exposes anything about Amber Lynn, it all lines up with all her exes? Bro, you already said you believe her ex. You already said that you believe what her ex said about Amber Lynn. So why do you need confirmation from another ex if you already believe the first ex, right? If you already believe all the exes and what they said about Amber Lynn, the manipulation and the abuse and all that other stuff, if you already said you believe that, why do you need confirmation from another person if you already believe those things? And why would it be important for you to hear from Tommy if you already got confirmation from other people that you believe? You don't make no fucking sense. You leaked this shit because you wanted to go viral and you wanted to make money and you wanted to get views. That's why you leaked this shit. Don't sit here and give us this whole I got feelings and I got a heart. No, you don't. You absolutely don't. Because you didn't have to leak this shit. But you wanted to because you wanted to go viral. Shit was getting boring. Shit was getting dry. You know, your Amber Lynn takes were going in circles. So you needed something new and something fresh. And you thought you got it with this one, huh, girlfriend? You thought you got the T, huh? T. Drop it. Private messages about DV, and then you thought you was gonna go off on that, and then people was like, yo, that's utterly disgusting. So don't give us the whole, I did this because I wanted to align everything that was said with her first ex all the way to her last one, and then it all comes together where we can, now we have to believe all the ex. You already believe all the exes. So it doesn't matter what the last one say if you believe the first one anyway. You just did this. You did this because you wanted to go viral, bruh. Crazy.
What the other people are going to think. I've not been doing this very long. I don't know if other reaction channels are going to think that I'm overreacting or being dramatic. I really don't know. But in my humble opinion, the concept that everybody jumped on Emily and was so horrible and nasty to her, including myself, and then it may turn out that in fact she was actually more of a victim of Amber than anybody realised, that is very interesting and important for us in the Amberverse to assess. So, however, again, if it is true, and that did happen to Emily, it makes Emily a victim of DV, and it's Emily's own story to share. Clearly...
Did you just say it's Emily's own story to share, which you leaked her private messages? Well, if it was her own story to share, why didn't you allow her to share it? Why did you share it for her? I mean, you don't understand how disgusting you are? I mean, these people, bro. Bro. If it was her own story, let her share her story. And then you take a message like that and you turn it around to, you remember when you started the video, you did the whole, bro, you sick, bro. Stop doing Amber Lynn content, bro. Do something. There's a lot of problematic people on the internet. Why are you focused on this one woman, bro? Like, bro, you drank the Kool-Aid, baby.
Emily doesn't want to talk about it because she put that message on disappearing mode. If Emily wanted to talk about it, she would have shared her story. But I will say, in these DMs, we see Emily saying that she hasn't bothered sharing her story because she thinks nobody's going to want to listen to her. Well, Emily, that's not true. We do want to listen to you. So that's almost why I feel a bit more comfortable sharing this, because
Why do you want to hear from a person you called a murderer 4 months ago? Please answer that question, ma'am. I just played the videos of you. Man, you just went off on this woman. You called her a murderer. You had her made videos at her ex-girlfriend's funeral. And now you want people, oh, we do want to hear from you. What?
I feel like maybe Emily does want people to know. I could be wrong about that, so I don't know. Emily, if you want to share your story to somebody who will genuinely listen to you, don't get me wrong, I'm critical. I can call out and question your feederism-related behaviour, but that doesn't mean that I won't support you as a victim of DV and share your story on your behalf if you want me to. If you want me to share...
We thirsty. Give me some water. You thirsty. We will share if you want to talk, I will mention your feeder, but I will be here for you. We're man, what? These people are thirsty, man. Get them some water.
shut the fuck up and not mention it again. Equally, I won't. I just think this needed to come out, and I don't know, I'm having like regret. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned this, maybe I shouldn't have made this video. I think it's going to be one of those where I just fucking post it anyway and see what happens. The truth is, we just don't know what the truth is. I understand in making this video I've taken some risk because this might turn out to be lies, right?
Yeah.
It could happen, but just in case it is true, which to be honest I think it might be, Amber's supporters need to know, everybody needs to know, if Emily is another person in a long line of Amber's victims, then she deserves to have her story told if that's what she wants. And if she doesn't, then I suppose we'll all just be left to speculate. Thank you for watching.
And that's why you deleted your video. That's why you deleted your video. You deleted this video. Well, you didn't delete it, you privated it. Because you knew that it was disgusting. And then when you caught all that heat in the comment section after having it up for like 7 hours, you couldn't handle it. It's bad. It's a bad look. And now it makes you a cow. You turned yourself into a cow. I mean, you know, your wholesome, smooth voice, talk, background, all that stuff like that. I know the game. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. I can listen to somebody who's just trying to make bread, trying to go viral, trying to create moments and hate on Amberlynn because everybody else does it, and you just want to do it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Which gives you credibility to a bunch of morons. But I knew it. I knew you wasn't no different than Jordy and the rest of them. And this just proved it. But go ahead. Do your thing, girl. Do your thing. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There goes another hate channel exposed. Jesus. They're all the same. Nothing different. Nothing different. Ain't nothing different. But yeah, so but that's not why we're here today, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today because none other than the sexy, the beautiful, the Shanny. Oh man, she posted up this oh yeah, sexy. She's bringing sexy back. But we're talking about Shanny. Before we talk about Shanny, I want to talk about Just Breezing, talking about people being associated with other people. I just find this hilarious that Just Breezing said this about Busy Lil B being associated with this person. Watch this.
And again, people are going to have a debate. Well, I've had people say, no, I don't believe that just anybody should be saying that word, right? I just don't. And anyways, when I called her out on it, she got super defensive.
Now, Just Breezing is going to say this in a tweet. This is one of her most loyal subscriber. She announced this in a foodie beauty reaction. She was kicked from my community and Busy welcomed her right in. Now, Just Breezing wants to say that somebody's guilty of association. Somebody's in somebody's chat, somebody commented, that means that they're associated with that person, which means that Just Breezing, we don't want to hear no excuses when we say that you're associated with Shanny. We don't want to hear no excuses. You can't say, oh, I just mod for her. Oh, I'm just entertained. I'm just in her chat. No, you're associated. You guys are tied together, okay? You're tied with a person that not only her man hit her children and went to jail for 13 days, but now you're tied to somebody who actually don't even honor the soldiers that died on Memorial Day. You're tied to that person, okay? So when somebody trashes Shanny and ties you with Shanny, we don't want to hear nothing. Because if you tie in people to people in somebody else's chat and saying, well, that person, that loyal supporter right there, you're tied to Shanny. And we don't want to fucking hear no excuses about, oh, I'm just a mod for her. No. That's your girl, okay? That's your girl. And we're going to play your girl right now saying some fucking disgusting ass shit. Now, I couldn't even believe this myself. On Memorial Day, Shanny went live, upset that she can't get her medicine at CVS because she ran out. Fucking goddamn it. This is Shanny on Memorial Day. Roll it.
To get medicated. It's wrong. Anyway.
There's nothing I can do.
Holiday. No.
Holiday.
So I figured I'd put a video out early.
Of course you will.
Because it's my Ozempic day.
It's Ozempic Day, yeah.
And CVS has been closed in 2 days, and I need my medication because I'm out. So, because people have to celebrate, Memorial Day.
What? Bruh. You telling me because you couldn't keep up on your fucking medicine? Your self-medication? And you mad because people got to celebrate Memorial Day? How dare you? How dare you? The people that laid their life down on the line get one day to be celebrated and to be honored. And your fat, sloppy ass who can't even get off her fucking couch is upset about that? Because you can't get your snort medication because you took too much of it at the same fucking time and CVS is closed? I can't get my medication. Person like you, damn, like, bruh, for real? My man, you should be honoring the soldiers the most. The people that put their life on the line in order for you to even be in America and get the free shit that you get. Because we know you couldn't fight or you couldn't be on the front lines. You can't even get up on you can't even walk up a flight of fucking stairs. You can't even take a shit in your bathroom. And you got the nerve to dishonor some people who put their fucking life on the line? Who put their body, their soul, leave their families to go fight in honor of us? You should be honoring these people the fucking most, being who you are. Getting these free benefits while you sit your fat ass on the couch and react to Foodie Beauty? Bro, what? Put that dirtbag makeup on and highlight your trash ass hair while you and your man do fucked up OnlyFans videos in your fucking bedroom? It's crazy. I never heard no shit like this. Bruh, what is she? Are you serious? Because you couldn't get your medication in one fucking day? You should have had your shit planned out. Maybe if you don't take so much at one fucking time, you moron. But go ahead.
Because people have to celebrate, Memorial Day. People can't get their medication that they need in case, they need it. Like people like me. So I'm not gonna feel good today. So I might as well get it out of my way. Like even yesterday, Jason went to the pharmacy.
Yep.
Closed.
Spent $11 on an Uber, right?
Bro, you mad because your man spent $11 to go to the pharmacy on Memorial Day with his stupid ass? He didn't know that businesses are closed on This dude is out of fucking... You blaming the soldiers for your man for having a dirtbag man that's being that fucking stupid? You should have blamed your fucking self for being dumb, you fucking incels. He got an $11 Uber to go get her medication. Found out CVS was closed, and now they mad. I can't believe what I'm listening to. Especially with you being with that scrawny ass dude. The only person that he could even take down is your kids. He ain't got the balls to step up to a man. So why the fuck is he talking about soldiers that passed away? He ain't got the balls to pick up a rifle and get on the front lines. This man wouldn't have made it out of boot camp. The fuck? The only thing that this dude is good for is picking up that shit bucket and taking an $11 Uber to go get your medication. I can't believe what I'm listening to. I'm listening to some Disrespectful as fucks. I can't believe it. You with a low life. You a low life. And you got the nerve to dishonor the people that put their life on the line? Bruh.
And I get there. And
People died for me to celebrate Memorial Day. I'm not celebrating it. Do you mean the people who died to give rich men more money?
God damn.
You telling me that these soldiers that put their life on the line that died for you and me, that they was doing it for the rich? To make the rich people rich? These people weren't, the majority of these soldiers, they come from nothing. They come from nothing. They leave their families, their wives, they leave their children behind and put their life on the line. You got the nerve to spit in the faces of widows and children that lost their fathers in war? You got the nerve to sit on on this webcam, as free as you fucking are, to sit on your sorry ass couch, not being able to walk up the stairs and shit in that bucket downstairs. You got the nerve to spit on these people while being free to being who the fuck you are? That's fucking crazy to me. That's fucking crazy to me. Especially you two pathetic idiots. Because in any other country, they wouldn't let you live the way you live. They wouldn't be like, you know what, let's help them out. They'd be like, fuck them. If you was in any other country, you'd be shitting in a bucket outside. They wouldn't be helping you. The fuck? You got the nerve to shit. Man, bro. Bro, this is the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen on the internet. This is the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen on the internet. I can't believe what came out of her fucking mouth. All them men and women that died. Just so this fat fuck can get on the internet and disrespect them. Unfucking believable. Go ahead, man.
People who died to give rich men more money? That to give Memorial Day?
That's the correct one.
Because let's just be honest, in the state of the United States, we never really had a war that was based on freedom.
The revolution wasn't based on what is you know what? We never had a war that was based on, you know what, you right. And she fucking, bro, what? Did you honestly say? Man, what is this school system, dog? Where did she go, bro? Where did she go? Did she think that we just settled in Columbus and them just settled in America and then they were just free to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do? She didn't hear about the Tea Party movement. She didn't hear about none of that. This is crazy to me. This is, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Not one war, huh? You right.
That was based on freedom? Not really. Not really. Because you see, at the Revolution War,
Yeah.
the Revolutionary War, it was more like,
That one.
you know,
That one.
sorry, it was the elites trying to get away from the king.
The Revolutionary War was the elites trying to get away from the king. mean, this is stupid. It was the elites trying to get away from the king. Are you fucking dumb? Are you dumb? That's right. The redcoats. It was the elites. That's right. They were just paying tax. They was being taxed out of fucking control. They were elite though. Washington and them. Okay. You got it. Oh my God. This is fucking silly. Go ahead.
Of England, yes. Truth.
In the Civil War, it's mainly on currency, even though they like to use the excuse, it was slavery. Bullshit.
Niggas didn't get free off of that though, huh? You right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was bullshit. Fuck Lincoln. Yo, man, what is this, dude? Yeah, huh? Oh my God, bro. Is she fucking serious? Fuck Lincoln, huh? We got you. Go ahead. Go ahead. You right. What the fuck am I watching?
Currency, even though they like to use the excuse, it was slavery. Bullshit.
Bullshit, right. That's bullshit.
Oh, man, you're so woke. It's very...
Did Rev say she's so woke, though? That's crazy. Bro, she's so woke. Are you fucking... Are you... Bro, I can't do this too long, bro. I can't. You so woke, baby. It's unbelievable. She don't know what the fuck she's talking about. But go ahead.
In the First World War, it was, it wasn't about freedom. It was rich men needed to get their shit, just like the Second War, just like, Korean War, just like Vietnam.
Wouldn't the First War be about currency? That would be the war about currency, you fucking idiot. Because that's when the Federal Reserve came in. But why would the other wars be about currency when it would be the World War One? The Civil War had nothing to do with currency. How did it have anything to do with currency when the currency was in place for Congress be the only entity to print money? It had nothing to do with the fucking currency. But if you wanted to argue the First War had to do with currency, I would have probably gave you a pat on the head. But the Civil War, no. She's so dumb, it's unbelievable. But go ahead.
Banker wars.
All wars based on money.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Anyone fighting for my freedom, I haven't seen it in history. So anyway, let me just.
Anybody fighting for my freedom, I haven't seen. Ma'am, you are free to sit on that couch, unable to walk up a flight of stairs, shit in a bucket, get paid by the government to get your free pills, and to spew all this dumb shit on the internet. And you got the audacity to come on here and spit in the faces of the soldiers that died, that gave you this freedom? It's fucking unbelievable. This shit is unfucking believable. This is the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen. And just to honor them, give them a day to be honored. We're not talking about the elites. We're not talking about the reasons why they went to war. We're talking about they put their lives on the line because they believed that there was evil out there and there was a chance of their family, their wives, their loved ones, their mothers, their fathers. It's a possibility that they'd be wrapped up into something, or there's a chance that they won't come out of it alive. So they went over there and they fought. They fought for freedom. They put their lives on the fucking line. The scariest thing you could ever think of. I honor them and I appreciate them for what they've done. I don't care what the reasons were for whatever someone put out there for them to go fight. I appreciate them that they put their lives out there for us because they did it for us. Whatever the reasons you have a problem with Vietnam or whatever the politics are, that's fine. Take it up with politics. But to go attack the individual soldier that's doing it to protect you and me is utterly disgusting. You're gross. This person is sick. Unbelievable.
Let me just say that. Now, I'm going to be a little callous here.
Of course you are.
Okay.
Of course you are.
Beck has currently came out and said she's had parathyroidic cancer, which is the butterfly part of the organelle of the thyroid, okay? It looks like a butterfly.
Okay.
You know. Had her whole thyroid removed.
Okay.
But she claims that the cancer had gone into her lymph nodes. Now, if she's telling the truth, that's not a good thing. Because when cancer goes in the lymph nodes, it's endgame. That's metastatic cancer. There's no cure to that. You will die.
Eventually, yep.
So that's something you got to think about. You know, if she's telling the truth, had her whole thyroid removed, which is the butterfly. Let me just say that. Now, I'm going to be a little callous here. Okay. Beck has currently came out and said she's had parathyroidic cancer, which is the butterfly. She needs this. Even though it was Amber Lynn taking advantage of her money. Yeah, right. You lived off Amber for so many years, and you're going to complain about $4,000?
What?
Okay. You never worked when you were with Amber.
I'm not gonna sit here and speculate on the whole Beck thing. I think I'll play that tomorrow where she sent Snowflake. But I don't know what she has. You know, I mean, the timing is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Just a couple of weeks ago, she was flying high with the reactions and the Q&As, and then it came out that her fiance was trying to seduce underage kids, and it blew up. And then she stopped uploading. And now we're back to messaging directly to Snowflake that she needs money because of she needs treatment. Now me, I'm not gonna sit here and say that somebody's lying or whatever because I'm not in her life. I don't know anything about it. But the timing is wild because it's just like she stopped doing videos, of course, and she made a lot of money on those videos. And she just stopped because of all the allegations that came out about her fiance. And she sent a direct message to Snowflake, and Snowflake relayed that message and at the same time told people to donate to a PayPal and a Cash App. And it's kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm not going to sit here and speculate and say that she's not going to do anything. I don't know. But I'm just saying it's just... She's struggling again, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no,
So-
she did Uber, remember? Yeah, twice.
There's this also.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Matter of fact, I got it queued up. Let me just play that. Let me just play that Snowflake statement. I got it already queued up. I was gonna play tomorrow.
View that update without having to come back to my own channel. I haven't logged into my YouTube since my last upload. I've been taking a much needed break. Mentally, I just can't handle it right now, even though I know so many of you want me to come back and support me making different types of content. It's still...
I gotta laugh at that, Beck. You think that these people are gonna support you making different kind of content and not talk about Amber Lynn? Go ahead and find out. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out that all they want is Amber Lynn T. That's it.
Still feels like I'll never really escape my past, and it isn't something I have the energy for right now. First, I wanted to tell everyone that my family and I are thankfully safe from the storms that hit last week. A lot of people were caught up in the damages, unfortunately, and my heart is with those people. I hope you're all safe from that as well. I'm sure some people were concerned for me, and I just wanted to make sure you knew I was okay. Right. Secondly, I've been going through more health issues since I've left. Back around the time of my last upload, I had a biopsy done and it showed that I had cancer on both sides of my thyroid. I didn't want to say anything at the time, but since then I've had a full thyroidectomy, and they also removed surrounding lymph nodes. There was some spreading of cancer to a few of my lymph nodes that were taken, and my next step is to have radioactive iodine treatment and see how my body reacts to that. I've had to take a lot of time off of work for...
Why has cancer become a grift? I don't know. I mean, the problem was, it was okay for people to come out, and if anybody wanted to donate to anybody that has cancer or going through something, it was okay. But as soon as Amber Lynn, Foodie Beauty, or anybody else got sick and they asked for money, people called it a huge grift. And people were like, this person's lying. We need to get receipts. We need to see the doctor, all that stuff like that, And so with that, people thought it was, okay, well, if you're going to do that to Amber Lynn, if anybody else comes out and say they got cancer, they got to prove to us that they really got cancer, right? So that's how it kind of went. Instead of just being like, if Amber Lynn says she got cancer or she's going through some treatments or she's got to go to hospital, blah, 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 don't automatically think she's doing this because she wants to rip people off and make money and sympathy, get sympathy money, because that's exactly where the hate channels go, right? Instead of just being like, okay, well, she's going through that, donate if you want to, donate if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make this like, oh, she's trying to make money off of us. She's lying. Like, automatically go straight into she's lying until we see evidence, right? And I think that's despicable. If somebody has cancer or somebody claims they have cancer or whatever, and if they want to grift and make money on lying about having cancer, that's the deal that they made with the devil. People support that and poured money into that person, and that person lied. They going to hell. Like Boogie, he's going to hell. They got to deal with the devil. If I get ripped off by somebody lying about having cancer, they got more problems than I could ever think of. That's why I don't even question it. That's why I don't even be like, I need to see evidence or what. No, if you want to donate money to whoever you want to donate to, I don't feel ripped off that a person that's so desperate to take money away from me gonna lie about having cancer. I just be like, you know what? If you need it that bad, you need it that bad. That's why when the whole little mama thing popped off and her husband had that GoFundMe and he didn't ask me to do it, I just grabbed it and I did it on my own personal thing because I was like, she's left with 5 kids. I donated myself, and if anybody else want to donate, they donate. I didn't need to see proof or nothing. I didn't need to call a funeral home. I didn't need to do none of that. That was all my personal. That was on my personal. If you want to donate, I did. Whatever. You don't have to. You could do it. I don't need to see no evidence. I feel bad for her. I feel sorry for her. Blah, blah, blah. That was it. And then everybody in Girl World blew it out of fucking proportion. They took it to another level. Like she's lying. Her husband's grifting. And let's call funeral homes and all that bullshit. That's what happened. And I was like, what the fuck is going on with you people? Nobody asked you to donate. Nobody asked you to fucking participate in it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Just show some respect, right? That's how I am with the people that I like, and that's how I am with the people that I hate or I don't get along with. If anybody claims they have something, I don't question it. You know, just saying is going through what she's going through, I don't even question it. I don't even come on my channel and be like, yo, I don't do that. That's these people. These people, they okay with this person, and then if they don't like somebody, they'll be like, that person's grifting. That person's a liar. Like, bro, you gotta be the same with everybody. If you singing praises to one person, sing praises to everybody, even if you don't like them. That's how I go about it. But see, I'm a different reaction channel. I'm the realist. But go ahead.
All of my appointments, surgery, and for recovery. I'm lucky that I haven't lost my job from all the time I've had to take off, but it's put me in another rough financial situation. I know this is going to...
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, SARS, about your husband. And that's what's sad about it, SARS. You know, your husband has stage 4 cancer in his throat and tonsils, and you don't want to tell nobody because you don't want to catch shit for it. Can you believe what kind of community we in? Can you believe we in a community of somebody can't express themselves or somebody going through some kind of trauma and they can't talk about it because it's trauma dumping? I don't even consider that trauma dumping. I consider, hey, you going to do something, and that's why you here, and that's why you watching. You here to get your mind off of whatever you going to do personally to get a good laugh or a smile on your face or something to talk about while, you know, you going through some sort of treatments. Like I had people DM me and say, yeah, I'm in the hospital, I'm going to do something, but thank you for your video, yo mama. It really is getting me through hard times and whatever I'm going through. And they don't want to say it publicly because they feel like they trauma dumping. Don't ever feel like that. If you going to do something, say it. Express yourself. Be you. The people that go around talking about you trauma dumping and you just trying to be sad for views or whatever the fuck they going through, shut the fuck up. Because one day they going to be the ones in the hospital. They going to be going to do something. And then they going to want to say, they going to want to express themselves. And people are going to be like, no. That's why I don't treat people like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I don't, like if somebody going to do something, they going to do something. Like this shit's sad. You live in a community where people can't even be like, yo, pray for my husband, or pray for my sister, or pray for my wife. Like that shit's sad, bro. That shit's sad. It really is. Because hopefully if anything ever happened to me, you know, and my wife come on here and say, pray for my husband, he you know, he's going to do something or whatever, something happened to him, I hope he just give prayers. I hope to God that I don't get these weirdos saying that he's just trying to get money. He fell off the internet and he's trying to get money from people. This is a lie. We're going to call up the hospital to see if he's really dying. I hope that don't ever happen. Cause I don't give that kind of shit off on other people. So I hope they don't give that shit to me. Cause I'm not the type of person to sit here and trash somebody going through whatever they're going through. I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? So I hope they don't do that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? But all these other people, they wonder why they get this shit. It's karma. When you continue to talk about somebody dying and dying and dying and dying and dying and dying, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in a position of passing away and that person's still living, people are going to be like, you know? So that's why you shouldn't give off them vibes. That's why I don't talk about Foodie Beauty dying or Amber Lynn's going to die tomorrow. That's why I don't say that kind of shit.
To disappoint a lot of people, me being behind again financially.
That's crazy work.
And I had been trying my best to save and put money toward important things. But planning for something like this is hard. It always feels like one step forward and two back. I want you all to know that I appreciate the people who care, and I really am trying to better myself and my life. With the money I made from my videos, I was even able to put a down payment on a car, and that has helped me immensely. And I never wanted to be back in this position again. I don't want to make another GoFundMe. I will find a way to pay my own medical bills when I can, but I am struggling. And I don't want to care if people call me Beggy or anything like that anymore. I just needed a little help, and I'm trying to be honest and ask for it. So I'm going to leave my Venmo and PayPal with Snowflake again with this update. Don't feel obligated to send money just because I'm asking. I just couldn't think of anything else to do at this time, and I'm just trying to recover and get back to my normal life again.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine how Amber Lynn would have got ripped. How she would have got ripped if she did this. I can't even fucking imagine it, bro. I can't even imagine. My prayers go out to Beck, and I hope that she gets better and she gets back on her feet. And, you know, that, she gets through everything. But making money on Amber Lynn hate can only last for a short amount of time. Putting everything into hating Amber Lynn videos and making a ton of money off of that, it's not gonna last long. And she found that out when she made a bunch of money on them Amber Lynn videos, got a down payment for a car, got her a new car, and now she got to make the payments. But now she can't make videos no more. She can't make no videos no more because what happened to her fiance being outed for trying to get with underage kids? So now she's stuck. And so she went to Snowflake to have him message his people to give her money. It's a shame. And really, and the people I blame for all of this, I blame these hate channels. I do. Because if they was trying, if they got enough out of Beck, when Beck did and I said this, Beck should have did one video on her experiences with Amber Lynn and then moved on to something cool and to do something dope. And she don't have to just focus on doing Amber Lynn videos anymore. And don't have to worry about the chat always asking her, get dropped to you about Amber Lynn. But I said, these channels don't care about Beck. They acted like they did. They got in her DMs. They befriended her. They acted like they cared. But all they really cared about was getting the tea. They wanted the Amber Lynn tea. And once they got that, and once they stripped her of everything, they left her hanging. I said that. I called it. Let's get back to Shanny.
But to Girl World, if what Beck is saying is true, this is endgame for her. This is the end.
Right.
Because she said it went in her lymph nodes. So if the cancer went in her lymph nodes, that's metastatic cancer. I mean, she's done.
Very few people survive lymphatic cancer. Very few.
Yeah. So I wonder, is what she says true? Is it not? Is it just another money grab? Who knows?
Might be,
No, I will not say someone is something without any verifiable proof. Just because the internet makes up a rumor doesn't mean I'm going to go along with it.
Amen.
Now, I incline to believe on Beck because I can't see why someone would lie about that.
Right.
It's a pretty shitty thing to do.
I mean, Shanny, did you not forget that you lied to all of us when you said you had that life alert, but you had that life alert necklace? You remember you said that to us, that you got life alert? Yet we not in no video, absolutely no video you've made since you said that you had that when Rev was out of the house, because you remember you explained how Rev was gone and you guys broken up and he's out of the house. And if you ever have an emergency, you got life alert, but you kept the life alert in another room. which didn't make no sense to us when we were watching that. But you lied. You lied. Rev was never kicked out of the house. Rev was just in the kitchen streaming while you were in the living room. You lied when you said you have Life Alert because we never seen you wear it. We never seen it wrapped around your neck. But you can lie about shit like that, trying to say how disabled you are and you can't even move and, oh my God, guys, I got my Life Alert. And if anything happens to me, I gotta press the button. While smoking a fucking cigarette, all your teeth are fucking missing. You can sit there and fucking lie. But then you got the nerve to talk about Beck being Beck? Are you serious? This is crazy to me.
But I do ponder, is it just another money grab? But if it is just a money grab, well, if she's alive in a few years, I beat it, you know she's lying. Because that's not something you beat.
Oh, so if she's not dead, then she lied? That's crazy. This woman disrespected the soldiers, and now she's saying Beck better be dead pretty soon, or she lied. That's crazy. This woman is out of control, bruh. She out of control, bruh. She out of control. Ain't nothing to say. Go ahead.
Especially when she has no money.
Yeah, people that beat it are usually rich as fuck, like actors, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
People that beat cancer are rich as fuck? What? What? Did you say that out loud? Gorlick beat it though. Exactly.
Exactly.
You're right.
So, I'm just being cynical.
Oh, God.
I'm not saying it is or not. I'm not putting it out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey,
we're going to find out what happens.
Oh, okay.
But if she says she beat it, I'm calling bullshit on the whole thing.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
You know?
Well, you know what I say? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, because they've accused Amber of the cancer scamming.
Actually, this is why I find the irony in this.
Mm-hmm.
Because Beck, a couple months ago, was alluding that Amber never had it.
That's right. You see how God works, Beck?
Oh.
You say you're a Christian. You say you believe in Jesus Christ. I call bullshit. I don't believe that you are. But anyway, you try and say that somebody faked their cancer when she was totally legitimately having cancer, and you know it. You know she had it. And you say maybe she scammed it. And now what happened to you?
And then you backpedaled and said, oh, I didn't mean to put it off that, you know, Amber didn't have it.
I gotta agree. See, that's why you don't play with shit like that. You knew Amberlynn had cancer. You knew that. And you played this whole, maybe she's faking it, maybe she's not. I don't know. And you made it come some bread on that. That's why karma, man. That's why you don't talk about people dying, or you don't talk about death. Leave that shit alone. I know you guys want to talk about Foodie Beauty getting her leg chopped off. She got stage 2 diabetes. She gonna die next week, and you've been doing it for like years and years and years. You don't play with that shit, because if it's you in the hospital passing away and Foodie Beauty still kicking, it just look crazy. That's why you shouldn't speak on stuff like that. Just speak on what you watching, and that's it. People be playing with this. I don't even like saying it. People be like playing with these words, man. That's serious. Cancer, death, all that. That's very serious. That's why I don't get into the you're faking and you're being fake and you're not being real and you're not telling the truth. I don't get into that. The only grifting I get into that be lying and laughing at is the Kalari C shit. You know what I'm saying? The burrito bowl shits and shit like that. That kind of shit is fucking hilarious. Okay? I need money because I had diarrhea all day and all night long. And then as soon as you came out of the hospital from the diarrhea and begged for donations, the same time you was begging for donations, you was sending super chats to FFG. See, that kind of shit right there, That's the kind of shit I could go, wait a minute. If you really needed the money, why you send it? Why ask for the money but send the money out to FFG? That doesn't make any sense. Sending super chats and begging is crazy. That's the kind of shit I play with. But when it comes to cancer and when it comes to death and all that, I don't play with that. No, I believe everything.
I didn't mean to put it out like that.
Yes, you did. Sorry, they did. Sorry.
I'm sorry. If Amber is as manipulative as you claim, Beck,
She jealous. She tried to get paid too.
may I point out, you are the company you keep. And not one, but two of your girlfriends ended up to be really fucked up, in your opinion. So, you are the company you keep.
But didn't Beck themselves hit on a 17 or 18-year-old?
Yeah, her stepsister.
Whoa, and it was her. Oh my God, it was their 18 or 18-year-old.
Yeah.
But didn't Beck themselves hit on?
Why does I gotta ask this question? Why does Rev always wear this same ass rainbowed ass dye colored shirt, bruh? He's always in that fucking same ass shirt. Can this man get a new wardrobe or something? He always got that colorful shirt on. Reading Rainbow. What is this? God, he always got that shirt on every time I see him.
A 17.
And them pajama pants. And let's not forget those
Company you
pajama pants.
keep.
But didn't Beck themselves hit on?
And them same damn pajama pants.
A 17 or 18.
Didn't he just say he went to CVS and paid $11? Found out that the CVS was closed and she couldn't get her medication? Is that the way he went to CVS? He went to CVS with that fucking sweater, that dirty ass sweater, and that tie-dye shirt with those pajama pants. They probably thought the medicine was for him. Yeah, we got your medication, sir. No, it's for my wife. Yeah, sure. Here you go. Take it right now.
18-year-old.
Yeah, her stepsister.
Whoa,
That
and
shit is depressing.
was her. Oh my God, it was their stepsister on top.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She wanted to date her 17-year-old stepsister at 30.
Red flag.
But girl world's gonna believe everything this girl has to say, right?
Right.
I'll make the ads
Yes.
aggressive.
Yes.
There you go.
You did well, honey. Hi.
I love this show.
God, you guys are such.
There you go.
Oh, hey, what's up? Okay, we have a mod in there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Or World Gate.
I'd rather listen to people who, actually care, not liars. Am I gonna react?
You think she thinks she looks good? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. She thinks she's a beauty queen. Yeah. How else you think she created a Patreon or OnlyFans? How else would you thought she would have did that? She was trying to make money off her beauty. She said, "Oh, I look so good. The guys would pay for my OnlyFans. Me and my man making love."
React to Beck for months
Me
like I did
buck-ass
Foodie. I reacted to Foodie for 1 month.
Yeah.
Why are you exaggerating? And it was only for the month of fucking March.
That's still reacting to
For
it.
Ramadan.
It was for Ramadan.
Give me a
For
fucking
Ramadan.
break. I can fast and she can't.
Exactly.
Hello?
You sat here and you said that the only reason why you reacted to Foodie Beauty was for Ramadan? And then said because you could fast and she can't? Ma'am, where was you fasting at? Where was you fasting at? We literally saw you eat on stream. Where the fuck were you fasting at? And if you were fasting, where's the weight loss? You think that we believe that you fasted for a whole month? I just did it because I wanted to prove Foodie Beauty that I can fast and she can't.
Okay, months. Yeah.
You're really off your medication.
You're an idiot.
No. You just showed yourself as a liar, worst of the internet.
You're an idiot. What a loser.
You just showed yourself as a liar.
They're just a hate content channel.
You wanted
too.
to try to call me out on lies, and look at you called your own self out, you dumb shit.
You always got so the
Are you gonna react to Beck? If I want to, I can. Fuck you.
That's right.
But didn't you say all the other reaction channels are still in your content? And now you saying if you want to react to Beck, you can if you wanted to? You called everybody else thieves? Am I living in the upside down? Are you serious? Do you hear yourself? Yeah. I just wanted to play that. But anyway, it's your boy, your mama, back at it again. I very much appreciated everybody for being here to this epic stream, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty good. We put everything together, had all the clips. Yes, let's do it. We'll be back tomorrow. We got some more things we want to cover. We want to cover Journey. Journey is actually feeling bad for begging for money because this is her 4th time asking for money, which she's really trying her hardest to move out of her house that it's an emergency, but she seems to always run into trouble every time there's a house or apartment available or something like that, and her applications aren't being sent through correctly. So she's back begging for more money. I mean, help her out, you know. So it's your boy, your mama, back at it again. We'll go over that tomorrow, but I'll see you guys next stream. Peace.
Gente, señoras y señores, Latino del mundo, ya tú sabes, bitches. Ya tú sabes, bitches. Your sister's a cocksucker, bitch. Oh, shit, it done went inside.
I'm very happy to let y'all know that DC has already lost over 200 subs, thanks to French Fried Girl. And she very well deserves it.
I'm not keeping my mouth shut no more.
And all super chats to people you... Let me tell you, sweetheart, I've been going out since I was 21 years old, and I'm still going out. It has nothing to do with donations, you fucking jealous bitch.
You showed your ass when you went on to that talk show and made a fool out of yourself. So you want to talk about looking like trash? It's the God Almighty looking all brand new. Shorty want to jump in my ass, then Van Jewish. Looking at me all like you really want to do it. Try to put it on me. I don't fucking wear a disguise. Maybe you need to fucking wear one too to hide that damn muffin. You stick in popper. Where you going? Now. You want some Mexico?
What's up, Drag?
You want some Mexico?
Drag.
Who's in here? We got Fifi. Hello, boo.
Are you so mad? You said.
Why am I so mad? Why am I so mad?
You said you don't care.
Really, bitch? Really, fucking bitch? You want to come to court? This is not what I signed in for. You know what? You got problems.
I don't want
her. Shut your mouth, but she